Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome everyone to my today's class. My today's lesson is Hasan Raza, Mystic Bard of Bangladesh, lesson 21, class 6. Rezaul Nobi, assistant teacher, Nauga KD Government High School, Nauga. Learning outcomes. This is not necessary for you to know, but still I am able to read and understand the text. Reading, infer meaning from the context, listen for the information, answer the question, right answer. And there is also another learning outcomes, and that is writing a paragraph. Students will be able to write a paragraph on similar topics. My dear students and viewers and respected guardians, today I am not coming in front of the camera. I am behind the camera. Look at the picture at first. Before going to the lesson, let's see some picture and try to guess who they are. Their name are given just below the picture, and they are Lalun Shah, Hasan Raza, Shah Abdul Karim. So now open your book and go to lesson number 21, section A, and read the passage carefully and try to find out who these people are. But in the meantime, I am going to show you and tell you, as it is a virtual class, so I am going to tell you and also show you who they are. First of all, who are they? They are mystic birds. Who is called mystic birds? A bird is one who writes poems and songs, and a mystic one is who tries to search the truth and become united with God through prayer and meditation. These mystic birds or these mystic poets search for the truth. They seek salvation for the soul. They seek the existence of Almighty. They seek the meaning of the life in the earth, etc. And they are this kind of. So mystic poets or mystic birds are the people who seek the truth of life, seek the meaning of life, etc. And they try to reveal through their poem their thoughts and feelings about the Almighty Creator, about life, and about the meaning of the life also. So before going to the lesson, we are going to learn some vocabulary. We are going to learn some unknown words. If you do not understand if you do not know the meaning of the word or understand the word and their connotation or denotation, you will not clearly understand the passage or the text. This is why, before going to the lesson, we are going to learn some vocabulary. So the first word is comfort, and its means or ease, and its Bangla meaning is aram, luxury. This is in English extravagance, or in Bangla bilashita, pleasure, mirth. In Bangla anando, volume, a part of a big book. And in Bangla একটি বইয়ের একটি খণ্ড, crazy, wild or irrational. Then comes the word contain, and it means hold in English, and in Bangla ধারণ করা, beyond. This means further than, that is ছাড়িয়ে. Emptiness, in English hollowness, in Bangla শূন্যতা. Mystic, it means spiritual in English, and in Bangla আধ্যাত্মিক. Give, and its Bangla meaning is বিলিয়ে দেওয়া. Birds, that is poet, কবি in Bangla. Meditation, in English it is contemplation. Its synonym is contemplation, and in Bangla meaning is ধ্যান. Express, it means give vent or reveal, in Bangla প্রকাশ করা. Feelings, state of mind, অনুভূতি in Bangla. formal, that is ceremonial or official. In Bangla, anushthanik. Meaningless, worthless. In Bangla, orthohীন. Properties, its synonym is assets. In Bangla, dhan sampad. Spread, the disperse in English, and in Bangla, ছড়িয়ে পড়া. Eminent, its synonym is famous, and in Bangla, বিখ্যাত. So far we have known a lot of words, but still I am going to show you pictures and examples and also the description of the word. So let us see again. Some words are repeated here. Means they are mystic words. If you make any sentence using the word bird, then the sentence might be they are mystic birds of Bangladesh. And the meaning of this word: one who writes poems and songs. Just a few seconds ago, I have shown you the words and their English meaning and also English synonyms and their Bangla meaning. But I am going to show you some of the words with pictures so that your understand becomes a complete one. This is the abstract idea. So if you see the picture along with the word, then your understanding will be fine. This is why I am repeating some words with the picture. And now the second word is mystic. Hasan Raza is a mystic bird of Bangladesh. This is the example. If you make any sentence using mystic, then your sentence might be like this: Hasan Raza is a mystic bird of Bangladesh. And the description of this word: one who searches the truth and become united with God through prayer and meditation. Then comes comfortable. This is an adjective. Honest people lead a very comfortable life. This is an example sentence. You can see how to use the word comfortable in a sentence. This is an adjective. And then comes the meaning of the word or the description of the word: providing ease. Then comes the word luxury. This is the picture of a car, and by this picture of the car, I want to make you understand that luxury means bilashita, that is enjoying or spend money lavishly without any understanding, or the bliss for our flesh. So the meaning of luxury is the enjoyment of expensive things. And the example sentence for luxury is: the car is a luxurious vehicle. Then another word, pleasure. You can see both the child and mother are in happy mood. If you make sentence using pleasure, you can create a lot of sentence using every word. I am giving you only one example sentence, and the purpose of giving the example sentence is to make you understand. Sometimes if you just see the word and read the meaning, understanding sometimes doesn't become clear. This is why I am giving you an example so that you can understand how to use that word in a sentence. So the word is pleasure now, and the example sentence: they lead a pleasurable life, and the meaning of the word is enjoyment or delight. Another word, volume. This volumes of Hasan Raza that contains, this is a volume of Hasan Raza that contains 500 poems and songs. So volume means one book or one part of the book. Sometimes there are some books which has more than one part, and so one part is called volume. And if a book is a volume, then it must be a separate book. Sometimes a book have 1, 2, 3 or 4 parts, and all these 4 parts are printed in separate books. So one of the part of any book can be called volume, like reference book like Encyclopedia Britannica or Encyclopedia Americana, and sometimes a novel also, or some movies also have more than one part. So any of the part of a book can be called volume. So this is the part of a book and its meaning is a book forming a part of a work or series. Crazy. So look at the picture, you will have idea what crazy means. In songs, Hasan Raza called himself Crazy Hasan Raza. This is the example sentence, and the meaning of the sentence is, meaning of the word is excited about something or mad. Not actually mad, they are the people who are crazy. They have some deep interest in something, and the other general people look at them as mad or crazy. So crazy people are not actually mad, rather they are very much excited about, they are very much concerned about something, and when they become very much concerned about or concerned about something, then the general people or we the people who looks at him consider him to be crazy. So far we have known some words and their English synonyms and Bangla meaning. But there are mystic poets in other languages in other countries also. So let us get introduced with some mystic poets of other languages and other countries. The first one is Jalal ad-Din Muhammad Rumi. His lifespan was from 1207 to 1273. A 13th century Persian poet, Faqih, Islamic scholar, a theologian and a Sufi mystic. He is one of the mystic bard of Persian literature. And then Omar Khayyam, his lifespan was 1048 to 1131. He is also a Persian mathematician, astronomer and a poet. He was born in Nishapur in northeastern Iran. So he was the mystic poet in Iran, and he is very much well known throughout the world. Possibly you have also heard the name of Omar Khayyam also. So now the picture you are seeing is William Blake. He is the English mystic poet. William Blake, he was born in 28 November 1757 and died 12 August 1827. And I have told that he is an English poet and a painter also. Then Dhaneshwar, and he was born in 1275 and died in 1296. He has some other names also. He is also referred or known as Dhaneshwar or Janodev or Dhanodev or Mauli. He is a 13th century Marathi saint, poet, philosopher and yogi. He was born in Maharashtra in India. Now you can see the picture of a Haiji. He was a Chinese poet. He was born in 1964 and died in 1989. So he is another mystic poet in the world, and he is from China. And by profession, he is a poet, teacher at Beijing, China University of Political Science and Law. So he was an educated man, and he was a teacher in China in the university, Beijing University, so big university, a famous university in the world. So this is one of the well-known mystic bards in the world. Then comes Suzy Kashem. Now still she is alive and she is aged 44 now. Suzy Kashem is an American writer, film director, philosopher, author and a poet of Egyptian heritage. And she was born in Toledo, Ohio, USA. Now she lives in USA, but he comes from the Egyptian lineage, and his writings or his philosophy contains some Egyptian heritage, as her root is in Egypt. So far we have been introduced with some of the mystic birds of the world of different languages and different countries, and now we are going to watch a video on Hasan Raza. As our today's lesson is on Hasan Raza, so before going to the lesson, we are going to watch a video. And if you watch the video, you will see in the video the house of Hasan Raza, the present generation of Hasan Raza, and the interview with this present generation, and museum on Hasan Raza. So these are the three things we are going to watch in the video. So let's watch the video.
বিস্তারিত তুলে ধরব এই ভিডিও প্রতিবেদনে। চলুন শুরু করা যাক। হাসন রাজার পৈতৃক নিবাস রামপাশায় যেতে হলে প্রথমে যেতে হবে বিশ্বনাথ উপজেলায়। বিশ্বনাথ থেকে রামপাশা বাজারে গেলেই বাম দিকে ছোট্ট একটি রাস্তা চলে গেছে রামপাশা হাসন রাজার বাড়ির পাশ দিয়ে, এবং রাস্তার ধারেই একটি সাইনবোর্ড পাবেন যেখানে লেখা রয়েছে হাসন রাজার জন্মভূমির ইতিবৃত্ত। অনেক আগ্রহ নিয়ে যারা যাবেন হাসন রাজা দেখলেই মনে হবে এগুলো দেখাশোনার যেন কেউ নেই। এই যে আপনারা দেখতে পাচ্ছেন দুটি ঘর, এর মধ্যে একটি দোতলা ঘর রয়েছে যেটিরও কোনো অস্তিত্ব একেবারে বিলীন হওয়ার পথে। ধীরে ধীরে ধ্বংস হয়ে যাওয়া হাসন রাজার পৈতৃক ভূমির বর্তমান চিত্র হচ্ছে এটি, যা আপনাদের এখন ঘুরিয়ে দেখাচ্ছি। এই যে সামনের যে ভবনটি দেখছেন তার কোনো দরজা জানালা নেই, খসে পড়ছে ইটগুলো, কিছু ইট আবার খুলে নেওয়া হচ্ছে। এর মধ্যে তার অসংখ্য ভক্ত আশেকা আগ্রহ নিয়ে হাসন রাজার বাড়িতে কাটিয়েছেন। কিন্তু দেশে কিংবা দেশের বাইরে থেকে যখন হাসন রাজার পৈতৃক নিবাসটি দেখতে দর্শনার্থীরা আসেন, তখন এসে তাদেরকে হতাশ হতেই হয়।
আমরা হাসন রাজার বাড়িটা দেখছি।
চিনতে হয় হাসন রাজার বাড়িটি, আর যখন চিনতে পারলেন তখন চোখের সামনে যা দেখলেন তা অনেকের কাছে অবিশ্বাস্যই মনে হবে। পুরনো একটি ঘর অযত্নে অবহেলায় একদম ধ্বংসের প্রান্তে, ইটগুলো একটি একটি করে খসে পড়ছে, কোথাও আবার দরজা জানালা খুলে নেওয়া হয়ে গেছে। এমনই একটি বাড়ি ঠায় দাঁড়িয়ে আছে এখন বিশ্বনাথের রামপাশায়, আর এটি হচ্ছে মূলত হাসন রাজার পৈতৃক বাড়ি, যেখানে জন্ম নিয়েছিলেন বাংলার মরমী সাহিত্যিক হাসন রাজা। বাংলার মরমী সাহিত্যে হাসন রাজার নাম বিশেষভাবে উল্লেখযোগ্য। হাসন রাজার পরিবারের বিশাল ভূসম্পত্তি এখনো বিশ্বনাথের রামপাশায় রয়েছে, বিশেষ করে রামপাশার বাড়ি দাঁড়িয়ে আছে। বাড়ির সামনের বিশাল দিঘি সহ এই জমিতে হাসন রাজার স্মৃতির নিদর্শন স্বরূপ অনেক কিছুই করা যেতে পারে। পরিকল্পিতভাবে এই জায়গাকে কাজে লাগিয়ে দেশি বিদেশি পর্যটকদের জন্য করা যেতে পারে সাংস্কৃতিক স্পট, করা যেতে পারে সাহিত্য সংস্কৃতির মিলন কেন্দ্র। কিন্তু এ ব্যাপারে কোনো একেবারে ধ্বংসের দ্বার প্রান্তে। যে কেউ একবার তাকালেই বুঝতে পারবে যে এই বাড়িটির কোনো রক্ষণাবেক্ষণের দায়িত্বে কেউ নেই। অথচ মূল্যবান এই সম্পদটুকু রক্ষণাবেক্ষণ করলে এটি হয়ে উঠত বাংলাদেশের এক পর্যটক আসেন হাসন রাজার স্মৃতি বিজড়িত এলাকাটি দেখার জন্য। কেমন ছিল তার রাজত্ব, কিভাবে তিনি তার রাজ্য চালিয়েছিলেন, সেই সময়ে এইসব ইতিহাস জানতে অনেকেই স্মৃতি হাতড়িয়ে বেড়ান এই এলাকায় এসে। সুতরাং এই বিষয়টিকে কাজে লাগিয়ে সরকার অথবা ব্যক্তিগত উদ্যোগেও অন্ততপক্ষে এটিকে সংরক্ষণ করা জরুরি বলে মনে করেন সিলেটের সাংস্কৃতিক অঙ্গনের মানুষেরা।
হাসন রাজা প্রায় 150 জনের মতো বংশধর আছেন। আমি হাসন রাজার প্রপৌত্র।
মূলত অনেক কিছু, কিন্তু কেউ নেই। পর্যটক এসে কে সংরক্ষণ করা।
আমি হাসনের প্রপৌত্র, তার ছেলে আমার দাদা। আমি ইংল্যান্ড থেকে আইয়া আমি গত 12 বছর ধরে হাসনের উপরে কাজ করতে আসি। আমি হাসনের প্রপৌত্র, তার ছেলে আমার দাদা। হাসনে যা 5 লক্ষ একরে জমির মালিক, সমস্ত সিলেট, সুনামগঞ্জ, ছাতক, মৌলবাজার, ফেঞ্চুগঞ্জ, বিশ্বনাথে তার পৈতৃক স্থান, এবং করিমগঞ্জেও তার কিছু জায়গা আছিল। করিমগঞ্জে একটা জাফরগড় স্টেট নামে একটা জায়গা আছিল।
রাজা এই গড়ে বসবাস করতেন। আমরা এইখানে যাচ্ছি।
হাসন রাজার এই বাড়িটা হাসন মায়ের বাড়ি না বাবার বাড়ি না সত্য, বাবার প্রথম বা বাবার খালাতো ভাই অর্থাৎ হাসন রাজার মায়ের প্রথম স্বামীর বাড়ি এটা, এবং এইখানে হাসন রাজা জন্ম নিচ্ছেন। জন্ম নেওয়ার পরে হাসনের বেশিরভাগ সময় খাটাইছেন এইখানে। এই ঘরের যে বারান্দা দেখরা, বারান্দায় থাইন বইতা এবং তার আশপাশে 16 জন মহিলা এবং 10 জন পুরুষের গানের আসর জমে উঠত। আজ তাই সাধনায় রত থাকতে। আসলে জমিদারের সময়, রাজার সময় খুব একটা আসল না, তার সময় আসল সাধনার সময়, সঙ্গীতের মধ্যে তাই নিজের কথা হইয়া গেছেন। এবং এই যে খালি বেটেটা আছে এখানে হাসনের মা সইতা, যার কারণে হাসনের জন্ম ভূমিষ্ঠ হয়েছেন কেন। হাসনে যা মারাও গেছেন এই জায়গায়।
মাই ডিয়ার স্টুডেন্টস, এইমাত্র যাকে আমরা কথা বলতে দেখলাম হচ্ছে হাসন রাজার প্রপুত্র সামিরান দেওয়ান। এখন আমরা দেখছি হাসন রাজার উপর নির্মিত একটি, হাসন রাজার ব্যবহৃত বিভিন্ন জিনিসপত্র দিয়ে তৈরি একটি মিউজিয়াম। এই মিউজিয়ামের কিছু অংশ আমরা দেখছি। My dear learners, we are watching the video on Hasan Raja, and there are 3 parts in the video. In the first part, we have watched the video on Hasan Raja's house. In the middle part, we watched an interview with Hasan Raja's great grandson, and now we are watching the third part of the video, and it is on the museum on Hasan Raja. So you are watching the museum built on different kinds of things of Hasan Raja. You can see the 2 sandals used by Hasan Raja and these sandals, and now we are watching glasses worn by Hasan Raja, and there is also a pot of something. So this is the end of the video. So my dear student, you just watched a video on Hasan Raja, and there are 3 parts of the video. On the first part, we have watched the house of Hasan Raja. In the middle part of the video, we have watched and we have an interview. We have heard an interview of the present generation of Hasan Raja, and he was Samiran Dewan, his name, and he was the great grandson of Hasan Raja. And in the third part of the video, we have watched the museum on Hasan Raja. Now, let us know some facts of Hasan Raja. Already you have got many ideas of Hasan Raja. You have known a lot of things about Hasan Raja, but still we are going to know some facts of Hasan Raja. So the first one, identity of Hasan Raja. Already you have got the idea, but still I am going to tell you. Hasan Raja was born in 1854 in wealthy landlord's family in Sylhet. So Hasan Raja was born in Sylhet, and the year was 1855. The previous lifestyle of Hasan Raja, that is, Hasan Raja becomes a spiritual man. He devoted himself to search for the truth of the life, etc. But before that, he led a life of extravagance, luxury. So this is not actually the house of Hasan Raja, but I have shown you this picture to give you understanding that Hasan Raja led a very luxurious life. In his youth, he led a very life of luxury. He didn't lack anything, money, comfort, pleasure. But then a time came when he started to find all this comfort and joy meaningless. Then he turned to God and devoted himself to search for the truth of life, meaning of life, etc. So realization of Hasan Raza. This is the realization of Hasan Raza. Hasan Raza gave away when he found that this art, this life is meaningless. Everything is meaningless. This luxury, this oil, this property, this money, everything is meaningless. So he tries to find out the meaning of life, and then he devoted himself to search for the Almighty Allah. He devoted himself to search the truth of the life and devoted himself to search the meaning of life, etc. Hasan Raza gave away his landed property, his money and wealth, and started to think deeply about the Creator, life and death. So this is what Hasan Raza's final realization. Everything earthly seemed to be meaningless to him. Then he turned to Almighty Allah. So Hasan Raza as a writer, and we have already known the name of Hasan Raza's books. We have read the text. So you have seen the picture of the Hasan Raza's book. The first one is Hasan Udas, and Hasan Raza wrote a lot of songs, perhaps about 1,000 in number. His two famous books are named as Hasan Raza and Hasan Raza Samagro. So these are the facts we knew just now about Hasan Raza. Now some evaluation. The first of all, individual work. So now the text attentively and then answer the following questions. These are the questions. There are 5 questions. So the first question is, when was Hasan Raza born? Number 2, where did he come from? Number 3, how was his childhood? Number 4, why did Hasan Raza live the life of comfort and pleasure? Number 5, what was the other name by which Hasan Raza was known? So these are the 5 questions. Try to think about the answer to this question, and if possible, please open your answer script, exercise book, and try to write down the answer to these questions. So while you are doing this, I am going to show you the answer also. As it is not a real class, we are not in the physical classroom, we are in the virtual classroom. This is why I am going to show you the question and answer. The first question was, when was Hasan Raza born? Hasan Raza was born in 1854. Question number 2, where did he come from? The answer, he came from a wealthy landlord family in Sylhet. That is, he was born in Sylhet and he was born in a wealthy landlord family. Question number 3, what was his childhood? That is, how was his childhood actually? Not much is known about his childhood. Nothing much said in the text about his childhood, but I have searched on the internet. But even on the internet, I have not found much information about Hasan Raza's childhood. But so far we can guess from other readings that he was born and brought up in pomp and grandeur and opulence. Question number 4, why did Hasan Raza live the life of comfort and pleasure? The answer is, at one stage of life he understood that money, wealth are meaningless. He gave away all of his properties. He started to think deeply about the Creator, life, death, and mankind. So this was the Hasan Raza's ultimate realization, and after this realization he left everything and began to search for the truth. Question number 5, what were the other names by which Hasan Raza was known? You know, Hasan Raza are also known by some other names, and in fact Hasan Raza himself called himself some other names, and let us see the answer. He is also known by Crazy Hasan Raza or Pagla. That is, Hasan Raza himself called himself Pagla or Crazy Hasan Raza. So another individual work. In this case, you will have to fill in the blanks with the correct word. It is actually the matching with their meaning. So there are 5 words in the red color, and you will have to put this word beside the meaning of the given. So let us see the answer. The first one, number A, pleasure. It means that is matching a word with their meaning. Number B, volume, a large book or a part of a book. Crazy, it means excited about something. or wild or irrational. Then comes number E before D. Comes number E, the comfort. So comfort means enjoyment of expensive things. And number D, the state of having pleasant life, luxury. So almost we have come to the end of the class, and before the end of the class, as usual, I am going to give you a homework, and let us see what is the homework. So you can see the picture. Can you guess who he is? Yes, I am sure you know, and he is Lalon Shah. So up to this moment, we have read and we have watched a video, and we have known a lot of information about Hasan Raja. So now you are fully known with Hasan Raja, but now I am giving you a home task like the same person like Hasan Raja, and he is Lalon Shah. So your home task is write a short paragraph about another mystic bird of Bangladesh, Lalon Shah. So we have been very much introduced, and we have collected a lot of information. We have known a lot of information about Hasan Raja. We have known a lot about Hasan Raja. Now you are asked to write a paragraph on Lalon Shah. Though there is a difference of the information of the two birds, they are similar kind of men. This is why I am going to ask you to write a paragraph on Lalon Shah. So this is your home task. And you may think that if I write a paragraph on Lalon Shah, then who will correct my answer? Who will look over my answer? So in that case, I will suggest you that you yourself will go through your and you will find some mistakes in your writing. And for this purpose, you can write a paragraph on Lalon Shah, and then you can keep it in a place, and after 2 or 3 or 4 days, you will open up that paragraph, and you will read the paragraph, and while reading, you will make a correction with a red color pen. And I am sure if you read your paragraph after writing 2 or 3 days, you will find some mistakes, and you yourself will be able to correct some mistakes, though not all. So it's very interesting process. That is, you yourself can write, can make correct your writing. You yourself can find out the mistakes, and you can make them correct. So you can try it this way, as it is the time of COVID-19. School, college are closed. So there is no teacher beside you to help you. So in this time, you can apply this technique to judge your answer by yourself. I am repeating that first you will write a paragraph, and you will keep that paragraph somewhere. After 2 or 3 days, you will open up that paragraph and will read the paragraph. You will go through the paragraph, and you yourself will find a lot of mistakes, and you yourself will be able to correct that mistakes also. I don't know whether you can understand or not. I'm trying to say that your writing can be corrected by yourself. You can yourself correct your writing. You need not the help of a teacher, and in this time, it is also not possible to have a help from the teacher. So, and I am talking about these techniques because it is a very self-dependent technique. It will make you able to correct your own writing. So it is a self technique, so you can use it, and it will be very helpful. And I think you will be surprised that you yourself can make your mistakes correct. So we have come to the end of our today's class. So thank you everyone. That is all for today. Maybe we will meet in the next class. Till then, stay well at home and stay safe at home.